Good morning. In this class, we are going to solve two numerical problems on oblique shock wave reflection. Problem number 1. Consider an oblique shock wave generated by a compression corner. Consider an oblique shock wave generated by a compression corner. Let's say this is the compression corner. So here we will have oblique shock wave. Compression corner with 10-degree deflection angle. So here theta value is 10 degree. The Mach number of the flow ahead of the corner is 3.6. Let's say we have a flow here, so that flow direction will be parallel to this surface. So the Mach number of the flow ahead of the corner is 3.6. Let's say this is region 1. So here the Mach number value is 3.6. The flow pressure and temperature are at standard sea level condition. So in this region, the flow properties are at standard sea level condition. So P1 is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure, that is 1.01325 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, and temperature T1 is equal to the 288.16 Kelvin. The oblique shock wave subsequently impinges on a straight wall opposite to the compression corner. The oblique shock wave subsequently impinges on a straight wall. See, we have a straight wall here opposite to this compression corner. So this oblique shock wave impinges on this straight wall. So it is going to impinge here and it will get reflected. So the compression corner. Calculate the angle of the reflected shock wave pi related to the straight wall. Calculate the angle of the reflected shock wave pi with respect to the straight wall. So this angle we have to calculate, pi. Also obtain the pressure, temperature and Mach number behind the reflected shock wave. So let's say this region as region 2 and downstream region of this reflected shock wave as region 3. So here the flow direction will be parallel to this surface. So at region 3 the flow direction will be parallel to this straight wall. So here we need to calculate pressure value, temperature value and Mach number value. So M3 value we need to calculate, P3 value and T3 value. So this angle will be, so from these two are parallel, so this angle will be the same 10 degree. So this angle will be 10 degree, theta is equal to 10 degree. So this is incident shock, and this one is reflected shock. Okay. So here the angle between this upstream direction and incident shock, that is incident shock wave angle beta I. Here the angle between the upstream direction and reflected shock, this is beta R, reflected shock wave angle, this is incident shock wave angle. Now let us solve this problem from region 1 to region 2 first. So first we are going to consider from region 1 to region 2. So this is as usual our oblique shock wave problem. So first we need to calculate the normal component Mn1. So for that we need a beta I value. So from oblique shock wave table, for gamma is equal to 1.4 and M1 is equal to 3.6. We know the value of theta here. So theta is equal to 10 degrees. So for that we need to refer corresponding shock wave angle. So incident shock wave angle, so that will be 24 degree from gas table. So then we need to calculate the normal component. So from this trigonometry, so these two lines are parallel, so this will be beta I. So this one is M1. So Mn1 will be equal to M1 sine beta I, so where M1 is 3.6 sine of 24 degree. So this will give us Mn1 as 1.464. So then we have to refer normal shock wave table. And from normal shock wave table, for gamma is equal to 1.4, Mn1 is equal to 1.464. The corresponding value of M2n, this is with respect to incident shock, this is equal to 0.7157. Then P2 by P1 as 2.32 and T2 by T1 will be 1.294. So from the downstream triangle we can calculate M2 value. So this angle will be beta I minus theta. So from this triangle M2 is equal to Mn2 of incident shock wave divided by sine of incident shock wave angle minus theta. So here Mn2I is 0.7157 divided by sine of beta I is 24 degree minus the flow deflection angle is 10 degree. So this will give us the M2 as 2.96 Mach number. Then from this ratio we can calculate the P2 value. So P2 will be 2.32 times P1. So we know the value of P1, that is atmospheric pressure. So after the calculation we will get P2 as 2.35 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Then from this ratio, temperature ratio, T2 is 1.294 times T1. So we know the value of T1, that is 288.16 Kelvin. So after the calculation it will give us 372.88 Kelvin. So now we know the properties here in region 2. So M2 value we know, P2 value we know, and T2 value we know. Now let us solve the flow from 2 to 3. The flow from 2 to 3. So again we have to follow the same procedure. So from oblique shock wave table, for gamma is equal to 1.4, then M2 is equal to 2.96 and theta is equal to, so here also we will have the same flow deflection angle, that is 10 degree. So for that corresponding shock wave angle, that is corresponds to the reflected shock. So beta r is equal to, so if we refer we will get beta r as 27.3 degree. So then we have to calculate the velocity, that Mach number normal component with respect to reflected shock. So from trigonometry it is Mn2 of reflected shock is equal to M2 sine beta r. So we know the value of M2, that is 2.96 sine of, so from oblique shock wave table we referred beta r as 27.3. So this will give us normal component with respect to reflected shock as 1.358 Mach number. Then we have to refer normal shock wave table. So then from normal shock wave table, for gamma is equal to 1.4, Mn2R is equal to 1.358. We can refer Mn3 value, so that is 0.7572. Then this ratio, pressure ratio P3 by P2, that is 1.991. Then T3 by T2, so that is equal to 1.229. So again from trigonometry, you can say that M3 is equal to Mn3 divided by sine of beta r minus theta. So where Mn3 is 0.7572 divided by sine of beta r is 27.3 degree minus theta is 10 degree. So this will give M3 as 2.55 Mach number. Then we can calculate, we know the value of P2. Then we can calculate P3, that is 1.991 times P2. We know the value of P2 here. So after the substitution and calculation, we will get P3 as 4.68 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Similarly, we will get T3 as 458 Kelvin. So here they also asked the value of pi. So pi is equal to, this angle is actually the angle between this flow direction and reflected shock. So this will be equal to beta r minus theta. So where beta r is 27.3 degree minus flow deflection angle is 10 degree. So this will have 17.3 degree. So we have calculated M3 value, P3 value, T3 value and pi value. Problem number 2. Airflow at Mach number 4 and pressure 10 power 5 Newton per meter square is turned up abruptly by a valve into a flow with a turning angle of 20 degree. So here also we are having the same compression corner. So let us consider a compression corner with a deflection angle 20 degree. So obviously we will have an oblique shock wave. So this angle is 20 degree theta. Theta is equal to 20 degree. So upstream flow properties. Let's say the upstream region is 1. Here the Mach number M1 is equal to 4 and pressure P1 is equal to 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. So in this region the flow direction will be parallel to this surface. And this angle will be the angle between the upstream direction and shock wave is shock wave angle beta. If the shock is reflected by another straight valve, determine the flow properties, Mach number and pressure at downstream of the reflected shock. So it is going to be reflected by another straight valve. So let's say this is region 2 and this is as region 3. In region 2, the flow direction will be parallel to this surface. So in region 3, the flow direction will be parallel to this straight valve. So this angle will be the same 20 degree. Theta is equal to 20 degree. And this is reflected shock wave angle beta r. So similar to the previous problem. So in this problem also we have to proceed from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. So first we will proceed from region 1 to 2. First we need to calculate the beta I value, shock wave angle of incident shock. So for that we are going to refer oblique shock wave table. Shock wave table for gamma is equal to 1.4 and M1 is equal to 4 and theta is equal to 20 degree. So we will get shock wave angle as 32.5 degree. So from this shock wave angle we can calculate the normal component of incident shock, that is Mn1n, this is equal to m1 sine beta I, so where m1 is 4 sine of 32.5 degree, so this will give us the value 2.149. Then we have to refer normal shock wave table. Normal shock wave table for gamma is equal to 1.4, m1n is equal to 2.149. we can get the downstream normal component value. You see m2n with respect to incident shock, this is equal to 0.554. Then p2 by p1, that is equal to 5.226. So these two are only enough because we need to calculate only Mach number and pressure at the region 3. Then from the downstream triangle, you can say m2 is equal to m2ni divided by sine of beta I minus theta. So where m2ni is 0.554 divided by sine of incident shock wave angle is 32.5 degree minus flow turning angle is 20 degree. So this will give us the value 2.56 Mach number. Then we need to calculate the P2 value. So from this ratio, P2 is equal to 5.226 times P1. So this will give us 5.226 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Then we need to proceed from region 2 to region 3. So in region 2 we know the value of m2 and p2. Then from region 2 to 3, so in this region also we have to follow the same steps. So then from oblique shock wave table we have to refer the reflected shock wave angle table for gamma is equal to 1.4 and m2 is equal to 2.56. then flow turning angle theta is equal to 20 degree. So for this condition we will get shock wave angle as 42.11 degree. Then we can calculate the normal component of this flow with respect to reflected shock, that is m2n r, this is equal to m2 into sine beta r, where m2 is 2.56 sine of 42.11 degree. So this will give us the value 1.7 Mach number. So then we have to refer normal shock wave table. Then from normal shock wave table for gamma is equal to 1.4 and m2nr is equal to 1.7, you can get the mn3 value 0.64 and p3 by p2 value, that is 3.205. So then from this downstream triangle you can say m3 is equal to mn3 divided by sine of reflected shock wave angle minus flow turning angle is 0.64 divided by sine of 42.11 minus 20 degree. So this is equal to 1.7. Then from this ratio we can calculate the P3 value, that is 3.205 times P2 value. So 3.205 into, so we know the value of P2, that is 5.226 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. So after the simplification calculation we will get P3 as 16.75 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. So that is all for today's class. Thank you.